Syracuse men's basketball in Virginia, a storied rivalry dating back to the 80s. 17 meetings, 6 wins for the Orange, 11 for the Cavaliers. And if the 'Cuse has any one Achilles heel, it's that zone defense, the one that usually forces opponents to take outside shots. But that's never been a problem against UVA.
Comes to the deck for Virginia as well. Here's Clark launching a three from the left. It's good. On the drive, bounce through for Clark's three. Got it. Here's Clark with 4. Kick into McNeely. 3 at the horn.
That is, it hasn't been a problem until now. Virginia stands at 3rd in the ACC in three-point percentage, while Syracuse allows more three-pointers per game than any other team in the conference. Matt Newton is a writer for Cavaliers Now, Sports Illustrated, and he says that the three-point shooting has been a sorely missed part of the Cavaliers' game.
One thing that you'll definitely want to note is that Georgia Tech, in their most recent game, which was on New Year's Eve, Georgia Tech went almost entirely zone against Virginia and just kind of, said, we're only going to give you three-point shots, and kind of said, well, Virginia's been struggling from 3, so we're going to make them hit from perimeter so that they can do that. And Virginia kind of came out of the slump there, so they hit 10 threes against Georgia Tech. So obviously Virginia's going to see that zone against Syracuse. That'll be something to look out for.
The last time Syracuse and Virginia met up, the Hoos won 74-69. Newton says that victory for Virginia came from a strong defense, but the balance of the team is one of the many things that has changed in the past year.
Yeah, I'd say that makes the team less reliant on its defense to win games. So I'd say, if I'm remembering that game correctly, I think Virginia's defense had more to do with that win than the offense necessarily. Virginia this season has been able to win a few more games with its offense as opposed to its defense. I mean, they played a game with Baylor in Las Vegas that was in the 80s, and that's kind of unheard of for Virginia to be playing games up in the high 70s and 80s.
The Virginia roster has stayed relatively uniform between the years, guys like Jaden Gardner, Armand Franklin, and Kihei Clark all sticking around. However, Newton says that one thing that has changed for Virginia is the depth on the bench.
I also think the depth, that's something to note. Depth was something Virginia did not have last year. They were playing a very tight 6-man rotation. You almost never saw more than 7 guys even check into the game last year. This season, Tony Bennett's playing up to 10 guys. We've seen 11 or 12 get in the ball game, and it's not just garbage minutes either.
A lot of new and a lot of old characterizes this Virginia squad, and tip-off between the Orange and the Cavaliers is set for 5 o'clock on Saturday.
Oh, one more thing to note. Reese Beekman, he is definitely Virginia's best player on both ends of the floor this year.
Oh yeah, that's right. Remember Reese Beekman?
Clark pump fake to Beekman for 3 and the win. He got it! Reese Beekman knocks off Syracuse at the buzzer.
Well, now you probably do. He hit a buzzer-beating 3 to knock Syracuse out of the ACC tournament nearing the end of the 2020-21 season, and he's still around.
Phenomenal defender. He was second in ACC Defensive Player of the Year voting last year. He could probably win it this year, to be honest with you, but he's really taken his game to another level on the offensive end, starting to show up on some NBA draft boards as well, just becoming a more aggressive driver of basketball.
Sounds of the past haunt the present as the next big opponent looms large on the horizon. Jesse Cook, WAER Sports.